Hello, my name's Dwayne Ott, and I would like to show you a little rope trick. Now, a lot of people are not aware how much, as a magician, we love our ropes. A lot of magicians carry their ropes in their pockets with them everywhere they go, because you can just do a whole show with a piece of rope. I actually carry mine with me. That the other Sunday in church, it was about 2 weeks ago, Sunday night, the pastor was preaching, and he stopped right in the middle of a sermon and he said, "I have an excellent illustration. If I just had a piece of rope." And he stopped and he looked right down at me and didn't say a word. The people around me who knew me started chuckling and laughing, and yes, I did. I reached into my pocket, I pulled out the rope, tossed it up on the platform, and the service went on. So, but that's just a little fact about us magicians. But I have my rope right here in my little rope attaché case. It's a pretty classy little thing. The rope is down here in the compartment. It has its own little handle. I mean, you can just be doing whatever you want to do and just swing your attaché case along with you and just be so cool. This trick actually uses a solid steel ring. It's solid steel, lead lined, really heavy. That's right, plastic coated ring. Just a plastic ring, but I'm going to give it to my assistant over here, let her look at it. She can make sure that it doesn't have any gaps, that it's solid, there aren't any open spots on it or anything like that. This trick also uses one very long piece of rope. Maybe not. I have actually never done this trick before. I hope it's okay if I do it for you today. That I cut that this morning, and I thought, well, while I was at it, maybe I better cut a second. Well, maybe I even ought to cut a third, so that's what I did. You see, have you ever done anything that just didn't go right the first time? That's what it was this morning. I cut this piece of rope, and it was just too short to work with the ring. So I thought, well, while I'm at it, I'll cut a second piece of rope. I did that. I cut that one longer. I think that one will be okay, but just in case, while I was cutting, I cut a third piece of rope, and that would be one that's much longer than the rest, and that way, one way or the other, we should have one that works. So that's what I have, is I have one short piece of rope, I have one medium-sized piece of rope, and I have one long piece of rope. Now this reminds me of an illusion I saw a couple months ago on TV. Have you ever heard of David Copperfield? Yes, I see some of you have. A couple months back, he did a rope trick using 3 pieces of rope, different lengths. He brought the ends all together so they matched, which caused the middles to hang at different levels. The illusion that he did was he took the center of the longest rope, he brought it up and clipped it in his thumb just like that, creating the illusion of having 1, 2, 3 ropes all the same length. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? In case you weren't paying attention, I'll show you again. He took the center of the longest rope, brought it up and clipped it in his thumb just like that, creating the illusion of having 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope all the same length. But remember that this is just an illusion. And in no time are the 3 pieces of rope ever actually the same length. At all times you have one short piece of rope, you have one medium-sized piece of rope, you have one long piece of rope, and those are, of course, the only 3 ropes that we use. Thank you very much. But as I was saying a moment ago, the short piece of rope I think is too short for us to use. So I'm going to take it and we're just going to stick it in the pocket over here out of the way for right now. And we're going to work with a medium size and a long piece of rope. Actually, I think that piece of rope right there is probably the perfect length, don't you think? If I could have that ring, please. Did you check it out? Is it solid? Are there any holes in it? No? You missed that one right there. But that is okay. That's okay. Everybody misses that one, so don't feel bad. But that is a very important hole, because without that hole, I can't put it on the rope just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2 ends of the rope, we're going to bring them down here, and we're going to give them a little tie, like that, and another little tie, like that. And now we have the rope the ring tied securely on the rope that way. Now, a lot of people don't realize that when you have a ring on the rope like this, as if you'll pull and blow, it will come off right through the knot. Yes, I'll let that sink in for just a second. But in case you missed that, what I will do is I will cause the ring to pass right through the center of the rope. I can do this one of two ways. I can do this invisibly, or I can do this visibly. Which would you like to see? Visibly? Visibly, everybody? Okay. I will do it visibly. On the count of 3, I will cause the ring to pass right through the center of the rope. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and the ring passes visibly through the center of the rope. Yeah, I know, an old joke. Yeah, but I still love him. Anyway, we'll try this. 1, 2, 3, the ring through the knot, back onto the rope, just like that. Now, it's important to remember that all of this is just an illusion. And as long as the two ends of the rope are tied, there is no way in the world that the ring will ever come off the end of the rope unless the ends of the rope come off the rope. And if the ends of the rope come off the rope, then we're left with a rope that has no ends. And I don't even know what to do with that. So I'm going to take the two ends of the rope, we're going to put them right there, we're going to wrap them around the rope just like that, give a little blow, and they come back onto the rope perfectly just like that. Now you can take the ring off. You can look at that again if you like, make sure it's solid. And all we have to do now is just get back to the starting where we started in the first place. We do that by taking the two ends of the rope like that, and we find the center of the rope like that, and I get my magic scissors out. I get my magic knife out. Anybody got a scissors or knife in the audience? Huh? That's okay. I am a professional. I come prepared. I will use my magic scissors just like that. And again, we have right back where we started now, so that we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 pieces of rope, all the same length. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, how wonderful. Yes, that what? That's not where we started? It's not where we started, is it? I'm sorry, it's not where we started. Let's see what we can do about that. I have 1, I have 2, I have 3 pieces of rope, all the same length, just like that. Do you remember what we said about this earlier when we were here? That's right, it's just an illusion. And that's what this is, it's just an illusion. Because at all times we have one short piece of rope. At all times we have one medium-sized piece of rope. And at all times we have one long piece of rope. And now I think we've come full circle to where we started. Thank you very much.